These reports are wild as the Vancouver Canucks have been linked to the perfect trade to their former captain Bo Horvat by not only reporters but also by a former Vancouver Canucks assistant general manager. We're going to break down the quotes from the assistant general manager. These reports going in to say the Vancouver Canucks are going to try to acquire Bo Horvat and so much more, including free agents that the Canucks would have to walk, and everything you need to know for the Canucks to land former captain Bo Horvat later on this episode. Before we get into that, if you're a part of the 66% watching this that's not subscribed and you want to stay up to date on everything to do around your Vancouver Canucks, including trade reports, rumors, prospects, Abbotsford Canucks, everything you need to know, go down and hit that free subscribe button. It helps us out a ton. And in return, we'll give you updates from all around the Canucks. Well, with that, we got up straight into the first topic. Where we do know, the Canucks do have quite a few UFAs and RFAs going in. Now, before we get into the Bo Horvat rumors, I do want to touch on how the Canucks need to be active this season. Off-season, I should say, not only with trades, but with their current players set to walk. Right now, we know the biggest names on this list: Brock Boeser, Pius Suter, Derek Forbort. These are the top UFAs on the team that the Canucks really need to figure out what they are doing with. There's a lot of guys that are RFAs: Max Sasson, Atu Ratu. You can work your name down this list. The Canucks have a very busy offseason. Right now, Abbotsford is in the midst of trying to win a Calder Cup as well. So this is the team that still has a lot of guys that are playing with Abby that need to be signed at the end of the season. Now, the biggest thing is the Canucks need to figure out what to do with Brock Boeser, Pius Suter, and we know the reports that they want to bring back Derek Forbort, but if they do lose out on Brock Boeser and Pius Suter, this does open the opportunity where we could see the Canucks offseason trade target the return of Bo Horvat. Now, I'm going to put all these articles down below. Click on them, read through them. They're awesome reports as well. But the biggest one coming as the former Canucks assistant general manager suggests the Canucks to bring back former captain Bo Horvat. Now, this article dropped just over a month ago, but with all the reports circulating and linking the Canucks to Bo Horvat, as we see the Islanders looking at going into a retooled and a rebuild, this makes total sense for the Canucks to bring back their captain to make the Canucks competitive again and the perfect number 2C on the team. Now, we do see former assistant general manager, former vice president of hockey operations from 2008 to 2014-15, he says he makes great sense for the Canucks. If you slot him in behind Petey as your number 2 centerman and sort of your linchpin, Swiss Army knife center, it would be great. Now, this is from Lawrence Gilman. These reports coming out are really starting to circulate. We're seeing the Islanders looking to move off from some of their older aging players. We've seen them already move on from Brock Nelson to the Colorado Avalanche. That brought back one of the top prospects in Callum Ritchie. We see this team land the number 1 overall pick, moving on from their general manager. All signs point to a change is coming in New York, and this is the perfect opportunity for the Canucks to strike and go out to get their man. Bo Horvat is signed to a 8-year deal. Year 2 of 8 going into next year will be 3 of 8. He is making $8.5 million. He'll be 36 at the end of the deal. Is this the best and the shortest contract? No. The Canucks need to decide if Bo Horvat is a part of this team for that period of time. A 36-year-old Bo Horvat is still very good in this league and will be able to produce at a good rate. But if the Canucks don't want to dish out $8.5 million on this center, and if they don't want to have over $20 million on 2 centers, they might have to figure out what they're doing with Bo. There is retention options. I'm not sure how good the Islanders will take a situation like that, but we do know Bo Horvat is the perfect center for this Canucks team. I mean, we've seen him here already. Multi-time 20-goal scorer with the Vancouver Canucks with a career high of 31 goals in back-to-back seasons. He goes to the New York Islanders for the last 3 years. We know he left due to the Canucks having restraints when it came to the cap. They signed JT Miller, which left Bo sadly being the odd man out on this team, but someone that is a goal scorer that can go out, score at center. This is an odd thing for a lot of centermen. Most centermen are a two-way game or a playmaker, but we see Bo coming in as almost a dominant goal scorer that the Canucks desperately do need, especially if they do lose out on Brock Boeser and he ends up walking to, say, his hometown Minnesota. We know he can score goals. He can play a two-way game. He can bring in a style that the Canucks desperately need. But one thing that's severely looked over on Bo Horvat is a 58% from the draw this past season. Bo is someone that has had over 50% on the draw for almost all his career, and I believe all of it if you want to pause and look through the numbers. But Bo ranks number 8 this past season when it comes to faceoffs. We see Bo Horvat at number 8, 1,319 faceoffs. Only one guy on the list above him in total faceoffs taken was Vincent Tocchet, who is ranked number 3. It's quite funny to see JT Miller at number 7, but hey, Bo Horvat had almost 300 more faceoffs taken and a very high percentage. Bringing Bo back would change the dynamic of this Canucks team. We know how good this team was when they had the 1-2 punch down the center at their position. Petey can come in as your number 1 center with new line mates or current line mates. We could see Bo Horvat come in and give that second punch to teams. A goal scorer that can do everything on the ice when the Canucks need him. He's familiar with a lot of players on this team. Quinn Hughes, Petey. We know that he was a part of this Canucks organization, and fans were quite sad to see him go. I mean, I believe he came over in the pick for Corey Schneider. It feels like it wasn't yesterday, but it was quite some time ago in 2014-15 when we seen him come over as a 9th overall pick for the Canucks. Bo was a huge part of this team, and if the Canucks have the possibility to go inquire him and bring him back to this team, it's something they need to look at. Now, the big thing is the cap space. Every team has cap space. It's something we have to deal with. Right now, the Canucks, and I'll show you the roster with this total cap space, have just shy of $14 million in cap space. This would be the roster of 20 of 23 players on the team. Right now, the big names coming up, and this is not including Pius Suter and Brock Boeser. This would be Jonathan Lekkerimäki coming up from Abbotsford. Same with Victor Mancini, Tom Willander. These guys can fill out the roster, but if the Canucks relocate $8.5 million to their center position, they need to get tricky and figure things out, as you do have a gaping hole on that right wing still, unless you believe that Jonathan Lekkerimäki can come in and be the piece for that team. Sorry, I didn't mean to flash that Jim meme, but with this Canucks team, they need to figure this out. If they want to go out and prioritize their center, they're going to have to sadly let Brock Boeser go. There's a lot of guys on this list, not a lot of right wings that can come up and play within this team as a top option. But Jonathan Lekkerimäki is a very good option. We haven't seen him dominate at the NHL level, but he was very good in the AHL, dominant in the World Juniors, great in the SHL. If you guys aren't new to the channel, you know how much I love Jonathan Lekkerimäki. But this is a team that has the option to go out, make trades. They have all their draft picks for what feels like the first time in forever. This team is going to be very active. Bo Horvat just being linked by reporters, insiders, seeing the former assistant general manager coming out and speaking on it. All signs are pointing towards the Vancouver Canucks going out and making a trade. We know Jim made it very certain when he spoke to the media that the Canucks are going to do anything they can to upgrade their forwards. They get calls on their defensemen constantly. That's not the Quinn Hughes defenseman, but their younger defensemen. They're getting calls. They're looking actively to make this team better, with the Islanders in the midst of wanting to retool or rebuild, whatever they're doing. Who cares? This is where the Canucks have to call. They need to figure this out. They need to do whatever it takes to bring back Bo Horvat. Yes, what's your guys' thoughts on the contract? It is a little big. Bo can produce at this, but with the Canucks kind of strapped with the OEL buyout, which is terrible. I mean, seeing him play for the Leafs makes it even worse. But what is your guys' thoughts on the Canucks going out and looking at their former captain? Do you think this is the perfect piece? Is there someone that we haven't even mentioned that you would rather the Canucks get? Would you rather it's someone younger on a lesser of the deal? Let us know all this down below. The cap is rising, so contracts won't be the biggest deal in the next 3 to 4 years, but let us know your thoughts down below. While you're down there, leave a like, subscribe, share this with your friends. We'll be back with another episode, so keep your eye out for that. But I've been your host, Mark Pye, and take care.